Hello and welcome to this interactive training session for Studio Tools 13.5. These sessions for training movies offer a two-stage approach to learning what's new in Studio Tools. These movie files will expose Studio Tools users to what is new with the application. The movies can be downloaded and reviewed as required. After viewing the movies, customers can formulate questions for one of the interactive sessions. So let's begin. What's new in the UI and generally? Item 1. Draw speed improvements. There has been considerable software changes and application level improvements resulting in radically improved draw speeds. Prior to version 13.5, draw precision was accessed through the Object Display menu. However, adjustments were made via the prompt line. Adjustments are now made via the dialog box located under Object Display Draw Precision Options. The effective range in here is from 0 to 1. The default setting is 0.5, and any changes made in here are reflected over here in the control panel under the Quality Draw Precision section here. Item 2. Edge snapping on modeling window moves and resizes. New functionality in Studio Tools is the ability to adjust window position via a useful snapping or magnetic attraction feature. Let's take this window down here and this window over here. And you can notice that as I bring this window over, it just snaps over to the edge there. This magnetic attraction kicks in once a window edge is within 6 pixels of a border. Just put those windows back to their default arrangements. Item 3. Modeling windows scale when reshaping the main alias window. Let me just show you what that means. In previous versions, when the main alias window was resized, there was a blank area over here. Say, for example, when I get rid of the control panel, there would be a blank section over here with prior versions. This is all done automatically for you now. Item 4. File Export Current Window. File Export Current Window Options now has an option entitled Maintain Aspect Ratio. Select the window you wish to export or save out as an image file. Go to File, Export, Current Window, Options, and hit Go. Maintain aspect ratio. And hit Go, and save out your image file. Item 5. Next and previous bookmarks. The page up and page down keys have been defined as the default hotkeys for the previous and next buttons in the bookmark lister. The user must define these bookmarks themselves. Item 6. Copying and pasting text strings. You can now copy, cut, and paste text strings in Studio Tools, example values and text strings in option boxes by using Control-C, Control-X, and Control-V, just like in other Windows applications. To demonstrate this, I'm going to go to the multi-lister, create a new shader, open up its editor, and change this to Blinn. And I'm going to change that value there to 0.2. I'm going to select it and Control-C, and then Control-V down into these other fields. Item 7. Snapping changes. Users can now adjust curve snapping behavior. To open the Snap Options window, click on the small triangular arrow to the right of the snapping controls on the main menu bar prompt line. It's located just up here. Snap Divisions controls the number of divisions and subsequent blue ticks that will appear on a curve. If curves intersect, and with Snap to Intersections enabled, a small red locator will appear at the intersection. To demonstrate this, I'm going to make that window the primary window, create a degree 3 NURBS curve, and using my Control-Alt curve snapping functionality, I'm going to create another curve, and you see that I get 6 equal divisions along the arc length of that curve. And I can draw off from there, create another curve that intersects that first one, and again, when I click on that first curve, using the Control and Alt key curve snapping functionality, I also get another icon at the juncture between those two curves. Item 8, Symmetric Objects now included in Lookat. That's located down here in my tool palette under View. I'm going to open up the Options window for Lookat, and we see we have an item here called Include Symmetric Objects. It's on by default, and it takes symmetrical instances into account when performing a lookat. Item 9, Show Point and Vector Names. It is now possible to name a construction point and construction vector. Just open the Construction Point and Construction Vector options box and toggle on Show Name. Editing of the name is done via the Information window. I'm going to create a vector. I'm going to toggle on Show Name. And now to edit that name, I need to select the vector. I'm going to go to Windows, Information, Information window. And when I deselect the vector, the naming becomes evident. Item 10, Changes to full screen options. There are now 3 options when toggling on full screen. If I go to Layouts, Full Screen, Options, here are the 3 new options. I'm going to hit Go, gets rid of all of the UI elements, and I can hit the Escape key to bring me back to the default UI. Item 11, Perspective Window Improvements. Window Sync now works in the Perspective view if the following viewing panel conditions are met. Perspective off and an orthographic view is on. Working in the Perspective view, going to turn Perspective off, go to an orthographic view, go to Display Toggles, Window Sync is on. And now when I dolly out, all 4 windows are synchronized. I can now return to Perspective. And we see that the 3 orthographic windows are synced, but the orthographic window is not. Item 12, Color Editor Changes. There are now 3 tabs in the new and more compact color chooser. There are 3 tabs or modes of operation: Wheel, Blend, and Palette. I'm going to open up the multi-lister again. Open up the editor for that default Lambert material and go into the color chooser, and we see we've got Wheel, Blend, and Palette in this new and more compact color chooser.